Life tried to break me, shake me, but I'm still here. Vision so clear, I got nothing to fear. Steps ordained, I maintain my lane. Hustle in my veins, purpose in my brain. Walking in my purpose, can nobody stop me. Every single step, I'm becoming who I'm meant to be. Focused on my path, I'm the one, I'm the key. Living on my dreams, yeah, I'm walking in my destiny. Walking in my purpose, can nobody stop me. Every single step, I'm becoming who I'm meant to be. Focused on my path, I'm the one, I'm the key. Living on my dreams, yeah, I'm walking in my destiny. Haters gonna hate, but they just fuel my fire. Climbing higher and higher, I never tire. Challenges come, but I face them with grace. Determined and strong, I'm running this race. Purpose driven, every move is divine. In the darkness I shine, my soul's alive. Manifesting greatness, I'm on my grind. Unstoppable force, I'm one of a kind. Walking in my purpose, can nobody stop me. Every single step, I'm becoming who I'm meant to be. Focused on my path, I'm the one, I'm the key. Living on my dreams, yeah, I'm walking in my destiny. Walking in my purpose, can nobody stop me. Every single step, I'm becoming who I'm meant to be. Focused on my path, I'm the one, I'm the key. Living on my dreams, yeah, I'm walking in my destiny. Purpose is my guide, I won't be denied. With every stride, I feel alive. Overcoming, thriving, I won't hide. In my purpose, I confide. Walking in my purpose, can't nobody stop me. Every single step, I'm becoming who I'm meant to be. Focused on my path, I'm the one, I'm the key. Living on my dreams, yeah, I'm walking in my destiny. Walking in my purpose, can't nobody stop me. Every single step, I'm becoming who I'm meant to be. Focused on my path, I'm the one, I'm the key. Living on my dreams, yeah, I'm walking in my destiny. So here I stand, purpose in my hand, living out my plan in this promised land. Walking in my truth, I'm the proof you see. Purpose in my stride, forever free. Life tried to break me, shake me, but I'm still here. Vision so clear, I got nothing to fear. Steps ordained, I maintain my lane. Hustle in my veins, purpose in my brain. Purpose is my guide, I won't be denied. With every stride, I feel alive. Overcoming, thriving, I won't hide. In my purpose, I confide. Walking in my purpose, can nobody stop me. Every single step, I'm becoming who I'm meant to be. Focused on my path, I'm the one, I'm the key. Living on my dreams, yeah, I'm walking in my destiny. Purpose is my guide, I won't be denied. With every stride, I feel alive. Overcoming, thriving, I won't hide. In my purpose, I confide. Walking in my purpose, can't nobody stop me. Every single step, I'm becoming who I'm meant to be. Focused on my plan, I'm the one, I'm the key. Living on my dreams, yeah, I'm walking in my destiny. Walking in my purpose, can't nobody stop me. Every single step, I'm becoming who I'm meant to be. Focused on my plan, I'm the one, I'm the key. Living on my dreams, yeah, I'm walking in my destiny. She is a warrior. Ain't nothing gonna slow her down. She is a warrior. Gotta get up and go, no matter the road. Gotta keep your head held high. Gotta keep on praying, keep on slaying. Gotta keep that pretty smile. But she's ready to battle, gonna take the enemy down. She feels no evil and holding her ground. She is a warrior. So she is a warrior. She is You're not gonna lose this. She is a warrior. Welcome in, everyone. Put this on. I'm so excited to be back in this studio with Step Out. I have missed you all so much. Oh my gosh, I've had an eventful 2 weeks. But I missed you all so much. I was like, I gotta get on here today because this is literally the last Monday in the month. Y'all, when I tell you that self-care is so important, and no matter what way you come in, you have to make sure you take time out. Oh my gosh, you already know the first Mondays we don't meet. The second, and it seemed like everything was going, oh my gosh, bananas. But I'm so glad to be back with you all once more and again with some exciting news, with some new things to go on. This is just a little small check-in, just to check in with my sisters, just to see, what's going on, what's new with y'all, what y'all been working on, what y'all been progressing on, what you been, got going on, and some exciting news even from March, right? So yeah, you already know I was sick. I'm feeling a lot better, a little bit better. My children got sick, and it's just like one thing after another. And then last week, I managed to take some time away. I went on a minister's retreat last week. Oh my gosh, y'all, it was so amazing. I have never been on a minister's retreat before, but oh my gosh, it was amazing. I was like, oh my gosh, I didn't know this is how y'all do things on these ministers retreat. I never done this before. But it was so enlightening. It was empowering. Oh my gosh, it just really, really uplifted my spirit so much that I was like, I gotta get back to my ladies and let them know that we here and we have so much to do. It just gave me a little bit more added strength to go forth in this ministry with Step Out. I'm so glad to be back. Y'all just don't know the half of it. But just going in, so we just checking in to see how much self-care you all been doing. That's our main thing, making sure we taking our time for self-care, making sure that we're taking our times for ourselves, making sure that we are doing what we need to do for our bodies to make sure that we are capable, able, have our abilities and our extremities, make sure we just like 1000% good. Dealing with mental health, dealing with dating, careers, whatever it is, just making sure that you're focusing more so on yourself. This month was supposed to have been about communication because, last month we dealt with relationships. And this month was something about communications. And I was like, oh, dang it, I didn't get a chance to do anything with anyone about communications. But I was, another good note. So I'm out of Facebook jail. I'm so excited. Not really, but I decided to use our platform for Step Out to reach a lot more young ladies. So I encourage you all that if you're on Facebook, you can look me up by my name, LaShonda Doyle, of course, and I'll put it down so that way you'll be able to see it. I'm just gonna type it in. Just type in my name and it'll come up. I'm not gonna. Okay, so you'll just type in my name, and with that, you'll be able to find my Facebook account. You will see my beautiful picture with yellow glasses. If you see the yellow glasses, you're in the right place because we're gonna start forming groups within there, reaching out to more young ladies. And I already said, I told y'all, I'm not trying to be social media famous. I'm just trying to reach one. As many young ladies we could possibly reach. I want to reach you all. So definitely go add me as a friend on Facebook. We're on there. I'm going to create, like I said, I'm going to create a small group so that way we can still be able to kind of like interact with one another, so to speak. So yeah, don't miss out on that. Instagram is still up and running. We still have our YouTube channel. So, we still going forth. As much as the Father gives me strength in my body to go forth, we are going forth in the mighty name of Yeshua. Amen. How have it been with your bingo cards? I know I've had a lot of people ask me like, where's the bingo? Yeah, y'all, getting is still. I'm still gifting out baskets and prizes for those who completed, because I want you all to be able to practice this. This is not just a one-time thing. I want you to be able to consistently practice it, right? Consistently work on it, and as you consistently do it, you're able to do it unconsciously, like without even thinking about, like, oh yeah, I'm going to take care of this. Oh, I'm going to take care of that. It's really, really important that you take care of yourself. I have not done another butterfly. I have not. Like I said, I've been like worlds of busy being mom and trying to just like refine my center. But yeah, but we're gonna do more. I think I have maybe like 2 more to go. I think this was the latest one that I did. I have one. I think I have 1 more to go. This is the last one I have to go. And y'all know I don't never follow the instructions. I like to think outside the box, right? Okay. So yeah, so that's that. So we have the self-care bingo cards, the step out bingo cards, and just, as you well please, do as you must, do as you must. But I hope you all are having I hope you had a wonderful month. They said this was Black History Month. I hope you all did something. I don't know how many birthdays. That's another thing we too have to catch in on birthdays, who birthdays, so we can keep up with that. To wish our fellow sisters a happy birthday. Yeah, but so I'm just going to go into a little bit. Let's see, I was trying to give it a little bit of more time before I go into this, but I'm not going to hold y'all long tonight. I just want to make sure that we get in there. So in talking about relationships, right, we talked about how we deal with people who we're letting in our lives, who we're letting in our circles, who are we, who are those people that pour into us and pour into us and we can pour into them, right? So even going into that, the father was like, you need to deal with communication. So when I mentioned Facebook, and one of the things I forgot to mention was that on Facebook we have, so instead of like putting things out there, the PowerPoints I said I was going to put out there, I just began to put like small little clippets of questions just to put out there, just to get the communication rolling. And if you go to my Facebook page and you go through, I know most people when they get on Facebook, they like to scroll and see all the pictures and everything, see what's going on in people's lives. You're not going to get that from that Facebook account. You're not going to get anything on, you're not going to get anything personal, but you're going to get things they're dealing with step out. And some of the things are just inspirational, just questions. But the main thing is giving you notes, right? Notes to think about. One of them being that I posted was, let's talk about it, right? How does the purpose Yahweh showed you help you, your nation, and your community? So we're going to do a lot of let's talk about it notions. We're going to do about let's be honest. Another one that I put out was, I'm trying to find them. Let's talk about it. Why is manipulation the choice we use to control others versus respecting their boundary? So these are the type of things that you're going to get out. It's going to be like hashtag step out. And if you all have questions, right, I encourage you all that if you have questions, definitely go to the page, put them on there. And this is how we're going to interact with one another, because this is all about communication. We want everyone to be clear. We want everyone to get help. We want everyone to receive any type of information that they may need. Let's talk about it. Self-care is loving yourself first before requiring someone else to do so. Is it something that you believe that, oh, well, no, I'm going to put myself on the back burner. Oh, no, I'm going to take care of this first. What do you consider self-care? So these are all the things that we're working on. These are the things we have to communicate effectively, because if we don't know the answers to these questions, how do we expect other people to know? How do we expect to establish relationships when other people don't even know what you're talking about, right? So I'm presenting to the stage now is the topic on why communication is important for mental health. This was supposed to have been the whole February topic, but we're going to continue to navigate through it, especially when it comes to next month as well. Like I said, that next month I will be going live on next Monday. I know normally the first Mondays of the month I do not, but since I feel like I left you all so long, so long, and I missed y'all so much. We're going to go ahead and do the live on next Monday. So we're going to tune in there. We're going to chat some more. And also, if y'all didn't know, that is Women's Month. You know, of course, I don't believe in like monthly things now. I don't believe in like you should celebrate like, you know, birthdays. I don't even believe in certain about celebrating birthdays during the day, right? I celebrate my birthday the whole month, which is what we did during my birthday celebration. We celebrated the entire month. When it comes to specific days like Black History Month, I'm not just African American for a month. I'm 360 in all year long. So these are things we need to constantly talk about. So when it comes to Women's Month, that's supposed to start in March, we're going to deal with this all year long. We're not dealing with this just for 1 month because these things are important, right? Especially mental health. We don't want to limit mental health and what it is that it has to deal with us. Okay. So why communication is important for mental health. So if you remember this slight information, right? Remember that it starts with you when it comes to communication, how you communicate, right? We already established that it has to start with you. What do you want? What type of relationships are you trying to build? And the second step is speak up. With that speak up is learning how to communicate. So that's why we want to go into communication, just to teach y'all a little bit of ways that you can communicate effectively so that what you're saying is being heard. No one's taking it out of proportion, you know, but how we communicate does a lot. Even expressing our boundaries, you have to be able to talk about it. You have to be able to tell people, you crossed my boundary, because if you don't tell them, how will they know, right? Okay. So going into that, so we know we have to go into speak up. There are 3 forms of types of communication. We have the verbal, the use of spoken words. We have the nonverbal, which deals with without using words. They deal with posture, eye contact, all that stuff. And then they also have the most important, the most popular one is written, letters, text, etc. People on social media, that's how they communicate with people. I want you to establish what type of communicator are you? For me, I'm a verbal. I'm a verbal. I love to talk it out because I want you to be able to understand what I'm saying. Just like I'm here with you on this live video, I want you to be able to understand what I'm saying. So I want each on Instagram and on YouTube, I want you to include in the chat, what type of communicator are you? And I'm going to put mine in first. Put mine in as well. On what type of, I'm gonna put the questions so that way people be able to know what type of communicator are you, right? And I want you all to be able to know this so that you'll be able to establish it even more so you'll be able to understand, like, okay, am I really being clear in my communication? Okay, if you hear me typing, it's just me trying to put it in both platforms. All right. So we know that a lot of times being nonverbal, right? I think most people are like, oh, people say you're too expressive, you're too verbal, right? And that can be a thing or not a thing. It just depends on how people take it. You can also be nonverbal versus you just sit back and you take it all in. I used to be a nonverbal, so it's kind of like passive, so to speak. When I see nonverbal, I'm just like, I don't say nothing. And that's how a lot of people get miscommunication, because they don't really know how to take your stance. Now, if you've been accused of, oh my gosh, their demeanor or how you look, your facial expressions can give off a message as well. Can give off, don't mess with me, don't, wrong person, go the other way. Or it can give off signals that, I'm talking about this person, So there are a lot of ways to communication. Written has been the most popular that people do, is written communication. They rather text about it. They rather write letters. They rather hide behind the screen and on social media. I have to deal with a written communicator. My husband is a written communicator. He's not a verbal like me. So he communicates better through text message. And so it irks me because it's 2 different styles and we're trying to learn how to communicate. And it's like, because we all know that texting can be misconstrued into so many different things. It can be taken offensive. It can take it like you're getting an attitude. Now they have like I have an Apple phone. They have where you can like make the words bigger when you're trying to be expressive. Like, oh, happy birthday, and they just like give these confettis and all this stuff, so it gives you more action behind the word. But a lot of times when you're just texting it out, it can come off as either vague, I'm not gonna say non-respond, like you don't really know how to respond. And then when people send one where it's okay, I'm like, oh, I needed more information from that, not just okay. So it can come off as misconstrued. Any type of any one of these types of communication can come off as miscommunication if you're not doing it effectively, right? Okay, so they have like 7 C's to communication. Before step out, I'm only implementing 4 because these are the 4 most important things that you need in order to effectively communicate with anybody, right? Conciseness, direct and to the point. Completeness includes all the necessary information, avoids confusion. Clear, easy to understand, no misunderstanding, and concrete, being specific and clear, right? Now they have other ones, but I think that these are the main important ones because you want to make sure that you're giving them all the information that's needed. Because if I have to keep egging you on, like, okay, well, what do you mean? What else are you trying to say? That means that you're not communicating effectively to me. If I'm saying, if I'm leaving the conversation and I'm still having questions, then it wasn't really clear, right? It wasn't really easy to understand. And just trying to like break away from how we communicate with people. That's even when it comes to our boundaries, right? So our boundaries are very, very important. And I am very clear now in my boundaries. Like I will let you know, like, hey, you know what? That wasn't right. That was inappropriate. You should never did that. You crossed the boundary of mine. Being able to go to someone and talk to them and let them know, like, hey, you crossed the boundary. That's you being clear. And you want them to understand that, hey, you know what? You crossed the line. You did something that I did not like. And I want you, because if you don't let people know, they're going to continue to cross that line because you're not being verbal. You're not saying anything. Them nonverbal people get abused the most because they think that just by not saying anything, that it's just supposed to go away. Or people understand just because you don't say anything. Like if I'm saying, oh, well, you know what? I'm trying to see, how do you like your eggs? And you just sitting there. Okay, you like eggs? Okay, they're like, I don't know how many types of eggs there are. There are a lot of eggs, scrambled, egg white, egg, sunny side up. It's so many. But if you're not specific, I do not like scrambled eggs. I would like when you go to, this is like when you go to a restaurant, right? Thank you, Father. When you go to a restaurant and you're making an order, do you not, this is not a right sentence, right? Do you not make sure that they have your order right? I ordered queso with no beans, with no pork, with this, and that. Being clear, excuse me. Being clear about what you want is so important, not just when it comes to restaurants. It's also important when it comes to what you want in life, how you set boundaries. When it comes to a job, are you going to sit there and be passed over promotions every single time? Or are you going to say something, hey, I've been dedicated 25 years to y'all, and I have not received a promotion one time. What's happening? Why I have not received a promotion? And in asking, you will receive your answer. Whether it's the answer that you want or you don't want, you will receive an answer versus you still waiting and thinking you're doing all this work. Oh my gosh, I remember that. I used to work at Home Depot and I would do everything for this job. I literally did everything. They asked me to, even for a lot of jobs I worked at, I always gave 110%. I always did. And they asked me to come in on my days off. I came in. They asked me, oh, can you stay late? I will. Can you come in early? Absolutely. When I was celebrating holidays, can you come in on the holiday? Because this person, absolutely, I can. I did all of that and only to be fired. Like, I dedicated my entire time where my days off, I gave up. That's why I'm so stringent on self-care, and I'm making sure that you're in the right position so that you won't pour into people. You giving all this to people and they wouldn't care nothing about you, right? I can communicate, hey, you know what, my shoulder is hurting, I'm having problems with my arm. It's okay if I lay that. And they like tell me no. Like, I didn't just do something for you. I remember I used to work at Home Depot. I used to work with the children's workshops. And not only that, like, I used to go work in other departments. I used to draw their signs for promotions, be in the back. I just love admin work. I love doing admin. So anything they say, oh yeah, absolutely, I could do it. I was in every department. My department I got hired for was the garden. But I was in paint, I was in the administrative office, I was doing everything but, and I was not appreciated. And at that job, I've never received a raise. Never. It's like everything that I did, they just oversee my work, and they just kept going. But at the same time, I never asked either. I'm like, hey, I did this, I did that, and I have gone over and beyond for your company to help y'all improve, and you have not seen not one of it. What is the deal? Why is that everybody else is getting passed up over me? They getting promotions and I'm still getting the same spot. You have to learn how to speak up. So making sure that's where the conciseness comes. Making sure you're direct and to the point. Don't give them no pass. Be direct. Even when it comes to people that are intentionally toting on what they call it, toting the line, and trying to see how far they can go. Hey, do it again. And like, this is as a parent, right? I'm like, hey, do it again, and I'm gonna get you. Don't do it again. You know, you give them that nonverbal that I do it again. I got just remind me, just being a parent, like, you have to even be direct when it comes to being a parent, making sure that your information is not like they don't get confused. Like, and I pride myself on making sure that people are clear. And a lot of times it costs where it feels like I'm always talking. I'm excessively talking. And people are like, oh my gosh, you talk a whole lot. And I'm like, yeah, because I want to make sure you understand. I want to make sure at the end of the day, there is no problems. You knew exactly what I was talking about. You knew exactly where I was coming from. No problems there, right? It still don't turn out that way because sometimes people understand and don't be that well. So don't feel bad about those people. Just keep going. Make sure that you're concise. Make sure that you're complete. Make sure that you're clear, and make sure that you're concrete, right? How to communicate effectively. We already said that. Be clear, be consistent, be polite but firm, listen, and of course set consequences. Like, if people keep avoiding everything, like they're like, oh, well, you weren't clear. Oh, you want to, oh, but guess what? You do it again, and it's gonna be the last time. Do it one more time. It's the last time. You act like you don't hear. People understand them nonverbal. After you've been verbal for so long, then you can initiate them nonverbal cues. Oh, but it's gonna be the last time you do it. Don't do it again. It's just so funny. But yeah, definitely want to make sure that you're being definitely want to make sure that you're being, clear in all your doings and all your communications, especially when it comes to setting boundaries. Only because I don't want it to be said that, oh, this person, they didn't say this, they didn't say that, they weren't clear about what they wanted. It gets misconstrued a whole lot. That's what I'm really pressing into this, even when it comes to relationships. Like, if you tell a person that you don't want to be bothered, how many times are you going to say that before? Most people, they say they snap. How many times am I going to say it before I snap and really tell you how I really feel? Like, they didn't understand the politeness about it. Like, they didn't understand the firmness about it. Or me telling you, don't bother me. Don't do it. Like, it's only so much before it's a snapping. So be conscious of how you communicate. Excuse me. The effects of communication: builds stronger relationships, helps with active listening, prevents misunderstandings, you develop new bonds, you develop trust, transparency, deeper connections, right? All these things are important because even when you build relationships, like the new relationships that y'all are going to build, You want to make sure that you have a great communication so that way it can build that trust. A lot of people have dismantled the trust that they have in them because of lack of communication. I've always said that I like being very transparent. That is what Step Out is about. I cannot be open with you all and I don't be transparent. So I'm very, very keen on that and being transparent with you all. But all this is important. These are things that I had to learn because I used to say I was out and being a people pleaser. For me, it caused me to be more quiet. I didn't know how to communicate my feelings. I didn't know how to communicate when people did me wrong. I didn't know how to communicate when someone made me feel uncomfortable. I just didn't. And I allowed them to keep doing it. And because I allowed them to keep doing it, they kept doing it because I wasn't standing up for myself, because I wasn't saying no, because I wasn't saying, like even when the example that I gave some time ago about how people used to ask me to do things like, oh, can you come here? Oh, can you come there? Oh, my child's birthday party. Oh, this and that. And every single time I will always say yes. I will always, although I wasn't feeling like it, although I wasn't really feeling it too much, I will always bend for other people. Like I said, even on the jobs, I was always bending. Come in on your day off. Do this, do that. I was always bending. And pretty soon I didn't know how to communicate. But when I learned how to communicate effectively, it built more trust in myself. That, hey, you know exactly how you feel. You know you don't like when people say this to you. You know when this certain thing that they say may rub you the wrong way. And you have to be able to communicate that to them or to the person that hurt, so that way they understand. Because if they keep doing it not knowing that it hurts your feelings, that's a totally different story, right? I had a person that used to call me a certain name, and I didn't know what the name was. I used to hee ha ha about it, but then I was just like, once I learned what the word was, I was like, after a while, I kept letting them do it because I'm just like, oh, it's just their thing. They're probably not thinking of it. But at the same time, it really began to become a label, like for me. And I was like, do you know who that is? Do you know what that is? Do you know what that means? Please don't call me that again. And just based off that, like, people are not going to always be responsive the way that we will hope. Like, oh, they're so understanding. Like, they told me to not kick my chair anymore. They told me to not say this, and they were just so understanding. You're not going to always get that. People are not going to always be understanding, but you have to be firm. People even come off as if you offended them. Don't let them do it. That's the trick of the enemy. That's the trick of the enemy. That is manipulation. That is manipulation. We don't want no manipulation. No, we're going to stand firm. No, you offended me. You hurt me. I don't care who shot John. Hopefully that wasn't anything that triggers the thing, but but I don't care who did it. I'm talking about me and you, and I have this big thing of deflection. Like if you're dealing with a situation or dealing with people, and then they deflect on something else, and something else is more important. I'm like, I call it out now. You're deflecting because you hurt me, but now you're trying to deflect as if something else happened. A reason. Call it out, y'all. Call it out. You have to be more firm. You have to be bold. Stand up for yourselves, because if you don't stand up for yourself, people will continue to walk all over you. Now, I mean, I've been delivered, y'all. I've been healed. I've been set free. And now people are like, even now, like now that I'm more bolder in about my communication, how things make me feel, people are like, oh my gosh, you're so mean. That's your problem. But I see it as me setting a boundary that you don't want to deal with, or I see it as you don't like the way that I'm communicating, or someone says, I don't understand. And don't be afraid of that either, because they always say there's no dumb questions. If someone doesn't understand, try to help them understand, especially understand your point of view. Well, not justifying. That's two different things. Helping someone understand and justifying why you said what you said. Like for instance, because it just makes me feel uncomfortable. That's like you doing that. Justify me. Oh, because this happened some time ago, and this is, you don't have to. let your nose be nose, let your gaze be gaze. Be, what was it? Go back. We're going to be polite but firm. We're going to be clear. We're going to be consistent. That's the key part, being consistent, because nobody wants to do that. Nobody wants to. They think that, oh, well, they got away this time with, I got away this time with it. So you know what? Let me try it again, but I'm going to try it in a different way. That's how the enemy works. He comes to you and you may think that, oh, nah, same enemy, different tactic. Trying a different way to get to you to see if it can, don't let it do it. Don't let it be, y'all. Don't let it be clear, be concrete, be firm, be direct. If I can't tell y'all nothing else, really, it is truly, truly important. Okay. So we will definitely get more into communications, and as we go along, this is, like I said, this is something we have to continue to work on. It's not just something that's going to stop right here and now. You have to work on it. My dad used to say, practice makes you perfect, practice makes you better. Yeah, I despise a lot of his sayings, but growing up, because I'm just like, I don't feel like doing all this. But it's necessary, because if you don't continue to practice this, you can't be, you won't be, what was the word? I'm going back to the word. You won't be able to be consistent with it. And people will always look for a gap between your consistency to see where they can slither in and try to trick you up. And you don't want that. I don't want that for you. So when it comes to things that people make you feel uncomfortable about, please, please, please be honest, be open, be firm, be consistent, be clear, and let it be known. Like I said, it helps build strong relationships. Some people may not appreciate it, but some people do appreciate when you're communicating effectively, and it builds strong relationships. It definitely, I like to always be understood, because I always say, you're not going to say I never said it. I'm going to tell you 10 times. If you feel like I'm being redundant, at least you know. If you can repeat back to me what I said, at least you know. It builds trust. So that was that for the month of communications. Like I said, we're going to keep, working at it. Right now, we're going to go into what we're going to be discussing next month. Just a little bit. Like I said, I'm going to hold y'all long. Give me maybe like 10 minutes just to go in. So next month, for the month of March, is Women's History Month, right? But we know we don't celebrate women just 1 month. We go celebrate y'all all year long, because y'all are amazing. Women, let me tell you, are some amazing people, are some amazing women. And I love you all dearly out there in the world. Every woman is important. You matter so much. You matter so much. And I want you to know how much you matter. I may not know you. Email, she may not know me. She don't know nothing about me, but I know that you matter. How you feel, the things that goes on in your body, what you're dealing with when it comes to relationships, you matter. And it's not just something that happens in a month. Like, I just dealt with something this month, in February. I just dealt with something in January. I just dealt with something in December. March is not going to just be a month, but we're going to discuss a whole lot of topics in the month of March. What, you may ask? I'm glad you asked. We're going to deal with the struggles of women, gender biases, sexual harassment, pay gaps, inequality, depression, anxiety, hormonal changes, women that are trying to have children, women that have dealt with miscarriages, loss, women that have dealing with domestic violence issues, all sexism, discrimination, and more and more and more. And guess what? This is another interaction where it calls. I might hook up a Zoom session. Because in this month, and like I said, this summer just want to start, but I definitely want to hear. I really want to talk this out with y'all. I really, really, really want to talk this, because I'm only one woman. A proud, beautiful woman at that. But I'm only one woman. And I want to hear from all of you. Some of the things, the struggles that you may deal with. That's why that etc. is there. Because certainly this is just a list of what people see. But we don't talk about the things that people don't see. Can we talk about it? Let's talk about it, right? So I want y'all to think of some topics. Think of some things that we as women may encounter that are kind of hidden, that are not they're not really spoken up about or talked about, and we're gonna talk about it. How about that? How about that? Y'all excited? Woo! Y'all can be silly sometimes. Don't make me know why. I'm excited. I'm excited because this is something, and guess what? It's not just going to be for me. I'm going to bring in other women, right? That we could be able to talk about things. Counselors, look, I got a lot of women in my nation. Pastors, preachers, teachers, career people, different professions. And we go definitely talk about it, but I need y'all to be in the house. Okay. So stay tuned next week, Monday. It won't start the Zoom. I don't know if we're going to do a Zoom session or if I'm just going to like create a group. We're going to see, but I want y'all to stay tuned. Also, this month, and this is where I'm going to leave y'all at, right? This month, I am gifting. Hear my words, y'all. Hear my words. Okay? Hear my words. I am gifting away a self-care basket. That will include a massage gift certificate for you to go get some self-care in and chill out and relax. So you may ask, I'm going to put out the post on how you can win this basket. Okay. But for the people that's on YouTube, before I post it out there, I'm going to have the flyer for y'all next week. Y'all go see, if not earlier. If not, you'll have it next week. It'll be posted by next week. So in order to get this basket, you have to be following Step Out on YouTube. You have to be subscribed to our YouTube channel. You have to follow us on Instagram. Find me on Facebook now. We on Facebook, like I said. Find me on Facebook and add me as a friend because we're going to go into different things even on Facebook. And you have to bring another young lady. You have to introduce another young lady to the group because this is not just about me. It's not just about you. We have to share it, y'all. We have to share the knowledge. We have to share the wealth of knowledge that we're going to learn, right? So, yeah. What are those 4 things again? Subscribe to our YouTube channel. You have to be subscribed. You have to follow us on Instagram. You have to add me as a friend on Facebook. And you have to bring another young lady. And that's how you'll be put in to the drawing to receive a lovely gift basket that includes a paid spa trip, a paid spa package. Don't know if it's going to be fake because I know most people are fickle about their faces. I don't really know if it's going to be facial and massage, but it's definitely going to be a massage because massages are so needed. Okay. So please share with another sister. Share with somebody else who you think may need step out. Put it all out there. I look forward to seeing y'all next week. I hope y'all have a great week. I love you all so much to life. And I hope y'all have a blessed week. Like I told y'all, I'm not keeping y'all that long today. I don't want y'all to be like, oh, she been gone all this time and now she want to keep us. But yes, I love this song. She is a warrior because y'all are warrior women and you are so precious, so loved, so important, and I don't want y'all to forget it. I will continue to remind y'all if y'all need it. Okay? So I love y'all. Have a blessed week this week. And I will see y'all on Monday, March. Yeah, a little technical difficulty. So I will see y'all Monday on March the 3rd. Okay? I will see y'all then. And I hope y'all have a great week. If y'all have any questions, please post them down below. Any questions? I will send out everything on next week for y'all. Y'all all are warriors. I will see y'all next Monday. Bye.